we are back with the queen of pivoting, apparently. I love it, actually. And in fact, I think pivoting is great. And I never understood why politicians especially would complain about the other politician who flip-flops. But wouldn't you want, if you get more knowledge, wouldn't you want somebody that did flip-flop?
Yes, exactly.
Doesn't make sense. But influencers, one of my favorite topics, come in all sizes, colors, shapes, whatever. Sometimes they're for a split second of statement at a right time, or sometimes they're through your whole life. Can you share with us, one, two, three influencers that made a difference for you?
Influencers and influencing is actually one of my favorite topics too, since I wrote a book called like Communicating During a Crisis, Influencing Others When the Stakes Are High. So I'm with you on that one.
Awesome.
And I would say that three people, or two people, and then one general concept that has helped me. The first one is my mother. She had worked on Wall Street, started working on Wall Street back in the early 70s. She just retired at the age of 77 from JP Morgan.
Right.
She was one of the first women to be a financial advisor, and she had that career for over 50 years. And, she comes from the silent generation, and she always told me my whole life that when life gets difficult, you just put on your blinders and you walk straight ahead. Like, you just keep going. Don't get distracted by everything that's happening over here. Just keep moving forward. That was very helpful advice.
Yeah.
The second person is a boss that I've worked for 3 times now. Her name's Dawn Ostroff. I was her head of PR at UPN. I did some consulting work for her at the CW when she was president there. And then I was her head of PR at Condé Nast when she was the president there. So 3 times I worked for Dawn. I love her. She's given me 2 of the most valuable pieces of advice I've ever had. The first was, Joanna, always pick up the phone and ask the question, because the worst they can say is no. Like, never be afraid to ask the question. That was and by the way, I worked for her when I was pretty young, so, because this has been over the course of several decades now that we've done this back and forth thing. And then the second thing is simply by watching her. She is a change agent. And when she sees something coming in the media industry, she jumps on the front of the train and she drives the train. She drives the change. Do not get on the caboose, because by the time you get on the back of that train, it is too late to catch up. And that has actually really been helpful to me in my whole queen of pivoting thing and everything that's happened in my career, where I've really needed to, like, oh, I guess I'm not going that way. I'm going this way now. Oh, I'm not. Okay. So, and just getting acclimated to that and not getting bogged down in tradition and what I think it should be.
Sure. And
then the third thing that's been very influential to me isn't a single person. It's those teachers that come along in life just when you need them. You know that saying, when the student's ready, the teacher comes? I've had so many of those, whether it is in my professional life, in my personal life, a random person on the street or waiting in line who has just given me that tidbit of information in a key moment that makes my head just shift slightly. I think we used to call it an epiphany. I just call it, that's just slight awakening where I have a shift, and I love those moments. They're incredibly helpful, and I just believe, we are constantly learning throughout life. We never graduate, from learning, and that's part of why I have 4 graduate degrees, probably.
No, I think those are really special examples, and I think to your book, it probably should tell us that we're influencing people all the time. Just like one way or another, you brand yourself type of expression. And so we should all be thinking about how we influence and can influence people, and in that respect. So really, really wise words and great stories. Thank you.
Thank you.